Okay, hi, welcome back to Best Learning Groups. Now today we are going to continue with our question types, all right, on how to tackle exam paper questions. So we are looking at Raffles Girls Primary School 2019 SA1. So let's look at this question and see what is the method that we can use. All right, we can use to solve this problem. And it's question 15. So as the question number goes higher, the difficulty gets a little harder. So there were 850 pairs of shoes produced in a factory. Each pair of female shoes was sold at $45. Each pair of male shoes was sold at $39. When all the shoes were sold, the money collected from the sale of female shoes was $12,210 more than the money collected from the sale of male shoes. How much money was collected from the sale of the male shoes? And write your answer to the nearest $100. Now it's look quite difficult again, right? Looks quite hard. So we run through the methods, right? What are the methods that we can use? So do I want to draw a model? There's no more than, there's no less than, there's no twice, there's no fractions. So I don't think I want to use model drawing because it's not a good method to use here. Then how about grouping? Do I use grouping? So can I make one group in this problem? Well, I can't make one group because to use grouping, you must know exactly what is inside one group so that you can find how many groups there are later. So I can't use grouping. Then can I do assumption? Well, there's a total number of pairs of shoes, right? There's a total pairs of shoes there. But to do assumption, you will need to have this total number because you need this to assume all the shoes are either female or male shoes, right? And also to do assumption, you must have two kinds of things that are unknown. We don't know how many female shoes, we don't know how many male shoes. So there are two types of unknown, which is what we can, which is a clue for using assumption, but there's something missing. To do assumption, you must have a total number, which is very important, and you also need to know the total money. What was the total money spent? So in this question, we don't know what's the total money. So assumption is a little hard to use. So then we will come to guess and check. So do I want to do guess and check? Well, we can do that as a last resort because why? Guess and check takes a lot of time, especially when there is a big number. Right, you have 850 pairs, which is a big number, so it's a bit hard to do guess and check. Okay, then that comes down to one last method that we can use, which is 3 rows get the answer. So 3 rows get the answer is a replacement for guess and check. So why is it a replacement? Because we are not really guessing in this method, we are actually finding a pattern. So how do we use the 3 rows get the answer? So there's a table similar to guess and check, and you cut one row and you label, right? You label as you cut. So we have rows and columns. So what do we put in the first box? Let's put how many male shoes. So let me put down male. Okay, male shoes. And how much is the one pair of male shoes? And how many female shoes? So it's similar to your guess and check. We have to label, and then how much is the female shoes? And there is a how much more. Right, so you can see that there's a how much more. But before that, let's put down the total number. All right, total number of shoes, and then we can call it how much more. Right, the next column will be how much more, or we can call it the difference. Okay, the difference. So how much more is also the difference. Right, the difference between the male shoes and the female shoes. Okay, so let's put down difference. Okay, difference. So is there a tick and a cross? Well, it's not guess and check, so we don't need a tick and a cross. Okay, 3 rows get the answer. So you just have to cut 3 rows. Alright, and what is the important number that we need to check with? 850 pairs of shoes. So we have to make sure that, okay, this is the correct total number that we want. And how much more is the female shoes than the how much more is the female shoes than the male shoes, which is $12,210. So this is another important number that we must have when we use the method. Okay, so how do we do? Right, now, so the method is not guessing, right? We don't guess. So we start with 1 male shoes. Okay, but you can see that there are more female shoes than male shoes. So I don't think we want to start with 1 because there are more female shoes, right? The money collected from the female shoes are more than the male shoes. Okay, so I think I will start with 1 male shoes. Why 1 male shoes? Because there are more. Okay, there are more pairs of, there must be more pairs of female shoes, maybe, right? And that's why the female shoes cost more than the male shoes. So we should start with one male shoes, and then we have many female shoes. So the concept is this, all right? The concept is when you think that there are more female shoes, then what do? Then you have one for the opposite, all right, for the male shoes. So there are 850 shoes altogether, then the female shoes must be 849. Okay, so how much is one male shoes? So one male pair of shoes is $45, and 849 pairs of female shoes will be 849 times $45 each. Oops, did I make a mistake? Okay, hang on for a while. So one male shoes is how much? One male shoe is $39. Okay, so let me just put down $39, and 849 female shoes will be 849 times $45 each, and you will get $38,205. Okay, so what's the difference? So you minus. So you take $38,205 and you minus 39, and you get a difference of $38,166. Okay, then you go to the second row, which is two male shoes. That will be how much? That will be $78. And what's the difference? The difference will be you take 848, okay, and you multiply by, so 848 female shoes multiply by 45, that will give you $38,160. And what's the difference between the female shoes and the male shoes? So you minus, you will get $38,082. Okay, now what's the purpose of this, having these first two rows? Now the purpose is to find a pattern, and then you use a pattern to get the answer. So if you increase one male shoes, then what's the difference? How much lesser do you get? So you take 38166 and you minus 38082, and there is a difference of $84, right? $84. So every time you increase one male shoes, what happened? You pay $84 lesser. Okay, then you jump. Okay, jump to the correct difference, which is $12,210. So how much lesser is that? So you take 38,082 and you minus 12,210, and you will get a difference of $25,872. And that will be how many male shoes? How many more male shoes added? So you take $25,872 and you divide by 84, and you get 308 more male shoes to be added. So how many male shoes are there? You take 308 plus 2, there must be 310 male shoes. And how many female shoes? You take the total and you minus 310. So you have 850 and you minus 310, and you will get 540 female shoes. Okay, how do you check whether your answer is correct? Alright, so you take 310, alright, 310 male shoes, and you multiply by how much is one pair of male shoes, which is $39 each, and all the male shoes will be $12,090. And then how much is the female shoes? You take 540 times $45 each, and you will get $24,300. And if you add the male shoes and the female shoes money, add them together, or you find the difference, and see whether do you get the correct difference. So you take 24,300 and you minus 12,090, and you get $12,210 more. So all the female shoes, right? All the female shoe cost how much more than the male shoes? The female shoe costs $12,210 more. So this is the method that you can use to solve. So how much money was collected from the sale of the male shoes? So your answer will be here, right? And you need to round off to the nearest $100. So you take 12,090, and and how do you round off to the nearest 100? You draw a line to show the last two digits. Because 100 has 20, so you show the last two digits, and then look at the digit nearest the line is 5 and bigger, so you add 1. So the nearest $100 will be 121. or $12,100. So that's your nearest $100. Right? So you can see that what is the method that we use in this problem to solve this problem? 3 rows get the answer. Right? And it's a very easy method, a simple method to solve this hard problem. So you can see that all the methods that we run through are not suitable to solve this problem. Even guess and check, if we really don't know how to do, then we will think of guess and check. But the problem with guess and check is you have to guess, right? You may have to do a lot of guesses, and not just guesses, but clever guesses. And it will take a while because there is a big number here. There's 850 pairs of shoes. So it will take a long while to really get the answer correct. So a better alternative will be to use the 3 rows to get the answer, right? Find a pattern and then use the pattern to get the answer faster. So this is the method that we can use to solve this problem. Alright, so we come to the end of this this mini lesson. So stay tuned to the next coming lessons, and we will continue to look at other school exam paper questions, and we will continue to look at what method that we can use to solve the questions more effectively. Alright, so see you the next lesson.